I'll edit things out if we have to. Okay. Okay, it says we're recording. All right. I'm Robbie. This is Metal Health, and today I'm here with Luis Ferreira, who's in Anifernyen.
Yeah, almost.
Almost. How about your last name? Did I get that even close?
Yeah, it was close enough.
Yeah. I grew up, I was around some Portuguese people in my hometown, but I'm not exactly Portuguese.
Yeah. The band name is actually not Portuguese. It is Old Breton, but it's kind of a tricky name.
What does it mean? I know what it means because I read the thing on your Bandcamp, but tell everyone else.
Well, it means a cold hell. It's 3 words put together from Old Breton, Anifernyen, and that's it. It's like an antithesis. I don't know the word in English.
Okay, it's pretty metal though. A cold hell. Yeah, I like it.
Of course.
Yeah. What's the metal scene like in Portugal? Because the only Portuguese music I've heard always has accordions in it.
Well, really? Yes. The metal scene in Portugal. Well, we have a lot of bands, but we don't have a lot of well-known bands. Bands that go and are listened to abroad. So we have a rich scene. We have a lot of the metal bands from all genres. So, but I don't know really why, but there's a difficulty in getting abroad. We are also on the tail of Europe, so it's difficult to get a van and go to countries where there are venues and play there. Spain is a big territory. We're already gone to Spain, for instance, but it's not. I think the Spanish people are not. Lots of enthusiastic towards metal music. So perhaps that's a difficulty. We have a country between the rest of Europe that we cannot play a lot of times there.
Okay. It's pretty cool. Yeah, because it's a very small country from what I've seen on the map, anyways. But yeah. I was just wondering. I know I read that your band used to have keyboards in it. What happened there?
We started having keyboards. We were more like symphonic black metal with keyboards, but like on 3 years after we started, the keyboard player left, and we had to change. We tried to arrange another keyboard player, but it was difficult. It was starting to get us too much time to get anywhere, so we decided to change a little bit the music and move on.
Cool. Have you ever thought about replacing the person with an accordion?
No, I never. It's not really common to.
It would be new. It would be new.
Any person who plays one, so.
Yeah, that was more of a joke than anything else, but yeah. All right. You played a live show without an audience because of COVID. How did that feel?
Weird.
No energy to feed off of, you know?
It was like a rehearsal, actually.
Yeah?
It felt like a rehearsal. We were like, we actually rehearsed in that room. So it was pretty much a rehearsal for us. no people, no interactions. It's a little weird. Yeah, the 2020 has been a year very weird for us. All concerts are going south and canceled or rescheduled to 2021. So
Yeah,
that's it.
everything's kind of on hold for the year, but
Yeah,
you're just you getting bored in your room yet?
a little bit. Yeah. Lots of time to create new music though.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have a new album almost 60% complete.
Cool. That's great. Have you been in the band since it started? Are you basically Anifernyen?
Anifernyen, yes.
Yeah.
I'm since the start. Yeah, me and
Mhm.
Diogo are the lasting two members from the the original band.
Great, great. Yeah. That's part of that sucks about this day and age. Like, bands can't even like stay together for very long. There's so much going on. I don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
people have their lives. We cannot uh, think that when 5 or 6 people come together, they will stay that way for forever. Yeah, the things always change and keep changing, and we have to adapt.
The thing I like about your band is it kind of sounds like, to me anyways, it's like a black metal, death metal band, but it also has like some very cool groove riffs in it a little bit too. It feels like the music sounds like it's groovy too. It's not just straight up in your face constantly. It slows down for like a second or two, you know? I like it. Uh,
Yes, we like to make things dynamic, and I think it's a thing we are getting into. The next album is going to be very dynamic, very tempo changes, and our main focus in doing music is always doing what we like to do. So there's always a lot of influences because I like one band and Diogo likes another, and Danielle listens to other things. We have our connections in the bands that we really like, all of we, but yeah, well, I always want to put something ours in the song, so it's not quite a linear thing.
yeah. I really wish that your last album there was on vinyl so I could spin it, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it seems to be a little expensive to produce vinyl, so the label only made the CDs. And,
well, when you
perhaps
get there,
next
let
one.
me know because I'll just give you my money.
Yeah, sure. We love to actually, but it's not up to us. We don't really have the money to spend and to make simply make a vinyl release. So we hope to get a label who can do it for us.
Yeah.
So perhaps next one. I don't know. I think this one it's perhaps late. But you never know.
Okay, because I buy vinyl now instead of drugs, so
Yeah,
I'm still getting spun. But the good
vinyl
thing
is
is I
a
get to
drug.
use the same needle over and over and over again.
Yeah, vinyl is a drug. You probably spend as much money.
It's close. It's close. In the
Yeah.
last 2 years, on the high end, I checked my Discogs, and it's around on the high end, it's around 10,000. So
Oh,
yeah, in 2 years, but that's
it's
not worth that much. But yeah,
like a car. Yeah.
yeah, better
One way.
that than in my nose.
Yeah.
Which leads me to the next question. What's it like in Portugal since they decriminalized drugs and spend the money that they would have to imprison junkies to help them with social programs, getting at the root of the cause of the disease of addiction, which is trauma?
Well, it's a subject. That's almost 20 years.
Yeah, it's been
That happened
around 20
almost
years. Yeah,
20 years ago.
2001, I think.
Huh? Yeah. I don't know for sure, but I remember I was in high school, and it was a subject that it was discussed even in class, and so. Well, what happens in practical effects is that people, it's not considered a crime, but you have penalties. For instance, you may pay a ticket or go to a counselor, a psychologist, or do community work.
So
And
like having drugs is like a parking ticket out there. That's pretty cool.
not quite. It's like if you get caught with a small amount of drugs. I don't know the limit, but you have a limit, like 300 grams or 200. I don't know the limit. If you're caught, you go to the police as well.
Okay.
But instead of being considered an actual crime, you are most of the times you are going to see a psychologist, a person who will try to help you and keep you out of drugs.
Okay, but it works like anywhere else where you're only going to get help if you really want the help.
Yeah, that's it. That's the thing about drugs. You have to be willing to help yourself first.
Yeah.
I think you probably have more things to say about it, but
Well, just because I'm an experienced
yeah,
drug addict myself, I'm in recovery, but it's been hard with COVID because all the meetings are over Zoom. So
yeah,
yeah, it's better off actually being around the people, but it is what it is, and you can get through it. But yeah, um, what bands do you really look up to yourself and hope to tour with one day?
I love a lot of bands.
Yeah, I love a lot of bands
So,
too.
like I don't know, Enslaved, for instance. Um, More death metal like perhaps Behemoth, Ascension, black metal, a lot of black metal, Immortal, Funeral Mist, Marduk, and such. Also, you're Canadian. I love Devin Townsend.
Devin Townsend, yeah. Oh man,
Townsend is
I saw
awesome.
Strapping Young Lad in
Yeah,
2005. That was amazing.
you
Yeah,
saw
Jeff
it.
Hoagland on drums. Ooh,
I'm jealous.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there was
That was a good year.
some Detox. It was the one that played on MTV. It was awesome
Yeah,
from Strapping Young Lad.
yeah. Strapping Young Lad was sweet. I still haven't seen enough of Devin Townsend project, but I'd like
He's
to.
great, man.
And I hear he's starting to play some old Strapping Young Lad songs now too. He's
I
starting to get
prefer
heavier.
Devin Townsend
Yeah.
to Strapping Young Lad.
One of my
The
favorite bands
newer
was
album.
Woods of Ypres. Have you heard of them?
I've heard. Don't quite remember the song, but I've heard words of people.
Well, David Gold died in like December 2011. So like, yeah, just as they before the main record on Over Earache came out, their first major label record, and yeah, so that kind of sucks, but it
Yeah,
happens.
have to yeah, keep going, man.
All right.
Shit happens.
It does. He was on his way home for Christmas holiday, and it happened. He got in a car accident.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah, imagine like working your whole life to get signed to Earache, and then boom, that happens. That's
Yeah, it's fucking out of this world.
yeah, cool. I don't have a lot of questions. Yeah.
Yeah. What you want to know?
Um, I don't really have a wicked awesome imagination. I burn that out, and I usually have to take time to write questions. I burned it out good. Like, what did I ask? Oh yeah, I was supposed to ask a stupid question after the drug one. It was just why is it when you have when you boofa in the shower it smells worse?
You boofa. Well, boofa is like a silent fart, right?
Yeah, yeah. I like it because it sounds just like what it is. Boofa.
Boofa. Smells worse. I don't know. Perhaps I don't know. I don't.
I think the moisture has something to do with it.
Is a wet fart? Because
Yeah, because it's in the shower. It's automatically wet.
Oh man.
Well, this was a lot of fun, Louis. I'm gonna press to stop record soon here.
Okay. Thanks for having me.
I'm just starting up, so like I'm just happy that you said you'd do this. So and it's really cool talking to someone who's across an ocean right now. That's
yeah,
extra cool.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. And it's all because you added me on Instagram a few months ago, you know?
Yeah. Imagine that.
Dun, dun, dun. All right, have a good one.
Yeah,
And
thank you, Robbie. Bye.
bye.